Boring today.
Harbor back on?
Yeah, we haven't heard anything from them for a while, so
We got a report here.
we'll wait and see.
It's in the,
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Where was the flag?
It was on their screen.
right there on their screen.
Well,
We
we got
used
it
to
on
have
the
a little one
screen.
that hung right
Oh.
there. I
Got
don't
one over
remember
there, and
what
there's
it
one
is.
up here on the board too.
I thought maybe my eyesight was going down.
Yeah, your eyesight's going bad.
You want to do a roll call?
Yes. Chairman Nelson,
Here.
Vice Chair Short.
Here.
Director Kelly.
Here.
Director Gregorio.
Here.
Director Early.
Present. Looks like everyone's here. We're not online anymore for the public, so we have no one here. So we can skip 2 and move on to item 3.1, approve minutes of the regular meeting of December 13th, 2021.
And you can read those both
Alright.
together, 3.1 and 3.2, and we can adopt them together.
I approve 3.1 and 3.2 of the agenda.
Okay, a motion has been made. Do I hear a second?
A second.
First and a second, any discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item 4, new business. 4.1, review and approve quote for roof replacement at Washington Station.
All right. So Washington Station was completed in about 1997. Roof's now 25 years old and has shown an increased number of leaks and broken shingles from our winter storms. Roof needs to be replaced. We did request quotes from local roofing companies. McMurray and Sons and Red Sky Roofing both returned quotes for consideration. Stone Roofing emailed that they would not provide a quote because they do not carry general liability insurance for projects. Staff felt it was important for the contractor to carry liability insurance, and most government agencies require a level of general liability insurance for projects on their properties. So the 2 quotes received were as follows. Red Sky Roofing was $80,000, $80,424. McMurray and Sons was $88,500. Both quotes are for the same shingle, the IKO Cambridge Class A shingles. Removal and disposal of the existing roof, install new pipe jacks, attic vents, and eave metal, and install underlayment. Red Sky Roofing included a 30-pound ASTM underlayment, and McMurray and Sons included 15-pound synthetic underlayment. If roof sheathing or other building feature repair is needed, they run into any kind of construction work that's needed, that charge would be added to the quote separately as necessary based on material cost and labor. Red Sky listed labor of $68 per hour and cost of materials for the work. Staff is aware of one area of the roof sheeting that will need to be repaired for an additional cost over here in the corner. The quote from McMurray and Sons was presented in December. The quote from Red Sky was originally presented in June for budget planning purposes. Red Sky has confirmed that the quote remains the same for the first quarter of 2022. Red Sky also provided that shingle colors can have various delays right now in the market, but they do have enough to complete the job available without delay if done in black. Based upon the cost quotes and identical shingles quoted, staff recommends going with the quote provided by Red Sky Roofing in the amount of $80,424, with any repair work being extra. And as the impact with approval of the 2021-2022 budget, the board approved a budget line with $100,000 funding that replacement of the roof was included with. Staff recommendation would be to approve the $80,424 quote from Red Sky Roofing and contingency approval for additional repairs as necessary, to also come from the same line within that budget. And then the proposals or the quotes are included, Red Sky, McMurray and Sons, and then the email from Stone Roofing saying that they don't carry liability insurance and would not quote.
Jim, you don't happen to remember how many square we have up there, do you?
I know, quite a few square.
Yeah, it's a
Quite few
lot.
Square.
I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah.
Just got a bid from Stone on a trailer, like $25,000.
Yeah,
Things
I
have gone
paid
up.
16.5 online a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
I figured it'd be about 16 grand. It jumped up.
Right.
So,
also I
Well,
did,
they have to pay their health prevailing wage on prevailing wage.
Yeah.
on-
And
on
I-
this job, it was-
and I did find in here too, I missed it previously, McMurray and Sons, any additional carpentry related to dry rot repairs, $75 per man hour plus cost of materials.
What
So-
have we had any leaks anywhere?
Yes.
We have,
Okay.
we've had a series of leaks here
Right.
in the main room and then out across the apparatus floor.
So that's gonna be the areas where we might find a couple
Right.
sheets of plywood.
And I know this corner up here where we've got that valley that goes up between the barracks and the fire chief's office. From looking at it from the underside, it's spongy and there's material coming loose. So we know we're gonna have some contingency carpentry work that's gonna happen.
Probably not that much, but.
Yeah, I think.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think the sooner we can get on it, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do we have a motion then
They get her done.
to
Red Sky.
hire Red Sky?
I'd make a
Making a
motion.
motion?
Yeah.
I second it.
Then first and second, any discussion on that? If not, let's vote on it. Are we for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone against it? It's been voted in and it's.
Almost like they really don't.
Sounds
have a
good.
choice.
We'll reach out to them tomorrow and get the ball rolling with them. Get it scheduled as soon as we
It
can.
should take them about a day and a half, I think.
Oh, yeah, day and a half, they'll have it done.
Oh, yeah, they were 2 days on mine.
Holy smokes,
I'm sure they'll
they get up there like rats. I'm
get
telling you.
everybody on it.
Yeah, they'll get moving.
It's gonna take them 4 or 5 days.
Yep.
They'll probably wait till it starts raining. Okay, item
Yeah.
4.2, review and approve multi-parcel exemption application. Recommendation, receive staff report and presentation.
All right. So at the November 8th, 2021 Crescent Fire Protection District Board meeting, the board conducted a public hearing and adopted ordinance number 21-02, an ordinance of the Crescent Fire Protection District, amending ordinance number 21-001, levying a fire suppression assessment beginning fiscal year. Essentially, as we go down through the amended ordinance, that was adopted expanded the ordinance to include the original exemptions and to establish an exemption for parcels which are held under identical ownership within the same customer class, i.e. residential, commercial, or government, and may, upon approval of an application by the owner thereof to the district, be treated as a single parcel for purposes of applying the maximum assessment fee not to exceed $1,000 per parcel. The owner of such parcels seeking exemption shall submit an application to the district, format approved by the district, providing the owner name and address, any necessary property maps and deeds and title information that sufficiently demonstrate that the owner is the owner of record or trustee of power of record with power of attorney for the owner of record for all qualifying property. The amendments to the ordinance did not constitute a new or increased assessment over the maximum amount imposed, therefore did not trigger or require new majority protest balloting proceedings in accordance with Prop 218. As the amendment allowing the exemption was made to ordinance number 21-001, which enacted the 2021 Fire District Benefit Assessment, the exemption applies only to the 2021 assessment, and the 1987 assessment remains unchanged. On December 11th, 2021, the district received a multi-parcel exemption application form submitted by Thomas Barnes and Leslie Barnes requesting exemption consideration for 39 properties that they own within the district. The property addresses and APN are included in the application attached. The listed properties are valid as per the list received from the county assessor's office and is used in the assessment engineer's report. Based upon the ordinance amendment adopted by the board in November, after review, staff recommends that the board approve the multi-parcel exemption application form submitted by Thomas Barnes and Leslie Barnes, and the 39 properties appearing in the application should be treated as a single parcel for purposes of applying the maximum assessment fee not to exceed $1,000 and applies to the 2021 benefit assessment. If approved by the district, staff will process a refund to Thomas Barnes and Leslie Barnes for the assessment fee they have remitted above the $1,000 maximum assessment fee for the 2021 benefit assessment. Fiscal impact, the board approves the multi-parcel exemption application form being considered. The listed properties will be capped at a maximum assessment fee of $1,000 for the 2021 benefit assessment. A refund of $1,871.20 will be processed from the district back to Thomas Barnes and Leslie Barnes.
And just for clarification, the parcel list that they submitted, one of them wasn't on the tax roll that we used for the benefit assessment. It was under different ownership, but it was sold to Thomas and Leslie Barnes. And so I called the assessor's office and they confirmed that it is one of their properties.
Okay, now, do we have to, I assume we have to refund anyone else then that?
Anyone that
Anybody
submitted
that
an
makes
application.
application,
Oh, okay,
they have to go
So-
through the app, they got to do the legwork
okay.
to request the board to consider it.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's just say they wait till next year. They can't come back on this year then and get money.
Shouldn't be able to, it should
It
be
says that
from
it has
the
to
point forward.
be, you have to have the application in by March
Right.
of the prior year.
I
So if
really
we-
think about the only one that's gonna do that is Tony and Roy. I don't see the
Yeah.
school district or anybody.
I don't see him going to the effort of
I
it.
don't.
No,
Kitchen,
He hasn't.
He
turned in
hasn't
a-
He
yet.
hasn't come, so,
does Miller have to do?
no.
no. His was automatic under the original,
Okay.
Yeah,
and so he was billed that amount.
right. So the ones, my recollection was Tony Barnes, Roy Tedson, School
School
District,
district,
CR, Harbor District,
Yep.
and I think there was the casino or somewhere along there.
yeah, and
I forget who else.
Yeah,
the Roy Tedson,
Right.
I would anticipate, if the Harbor District's paying attention, I would anticipate, but they may not.
yeah. And I think the Harbor District's only looking at a couple $100. I don't make that.
Yeah,
big
theirs
deal.
isn't that much.
Right. So,
Yeah,
so do we need to make a motion to,
You need to be vote.
Yep.
You,
Do we,
you need to
um,
call a vote.
Do we need to approve this form first? I don't remember us ever doing that.
that's
I
my,
could be mistaken.
I think we
Did do
approved,
this form?
We approved the
Yeah,
policy.
yeah, we
I don't
talked
remember
about
if we
it.
approved the
Yeah,
policy.
yeah,
yeah, that.
Yeah,
form.
but we didn't approve the form. I just wanted to make sure that, okay, gotta keep saying approved form.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently.
If
the-
you're
I don't remember us ever saying,
You
okay,
said-
we have an approved form. It looks
Yeah.
fine to me. I just think we need to officially approve the form.
Well, when we word it, we can approve the form and the recommendation.
approve the form and perfect. Yeah, we can do that.
So do I have a vote to approve a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the refund for $1,871.20 and also to approve the form that has been submitted.
Okay, a motion has been made. Is there a second? And a second by Dave. Anyone opposed? All in favor? Aye? You need to do a poll vote on that or,
No.
okay. The ayes have it.
Did you do this, Vanessa? Did you make that form up?
It was a form that what agency had it? I forget.
I think it was Arcata Fire.
Was it Arcata?
I think it was,
I thought it was the one that Clet had sent out of,
out of Bridgeville.
yeah, Bridgeville.
Yeah, because they
So it's just
faced,
modeled off of
they
Bridgeville.
faced the same. Yeah, they faced the same thing that we were facing. Yeah,
So we just crafted it to work for
and
us.
Ryan is the attorney he was familiar with because the one Arcata uses for their tax stuff is similar.
Well, what are we gonna find out about the harbor then? I think what's going on, and we're just kind of caught in limbo there. Do we
That's not
need
on
to
the
go
agenda, though,
approach
so we
them
have
on a
to-
business meeting and find out what they're doing?
That's not on the agenda. so can
We
talk
can
about
talk about it. We can,
I think we ought to
board comment if you want to suggest we have that on the agenda. We
For
can
an
do
update.
that. We can do a closed
Yeah.
session.
We'll do that towards the end. Okay. Item 4.3 then, discuss and approve donation of chairs at Washington Station. Receive staff report and presentation.
All right, so past Fire Chief Fred Cox purchased approximately 80 banquet style chairs over 24 years ago that are no longer being used and currently taking up storage space in Washington Station. The chairs are being stored in a large side closet in the main meeting room at the station. And this space, once cleared, would be an ideal place to store records and files that need to be locked up and secured. With the age of the chairs and the urgency to have a secured space for files, staff thinks that it would be best to donate the chairs instead of trying to sell them to another agency. Just in feeling around so far, we haven't had any takers on wanting to purchase anything like that. They in the past, went to the chairs with rollers so they don't damage the carpet. And the other chairs are the hard bottom chairs. And there's various,
They
If
were the
you-
metal chairs.
If you've ever been
Yeah.
to like the cultural center, you know, the ones with the red backs, they're the same ones with the green style.
Oh,
yeah,
I was just gonna see if the cultural center wanted to, because I feel like they're always short
what they're
chairs there.
already
so.
using, just get rid of them. And then utilize the space as a
I need to
secure
be able
storage
to put,
location.
like, we have extra files in our whole, like, our office in between is just stacked up with stuff because we don't have anywhere secure to lock it. So it'd be really nice to use that room to lock up all the files that have, you know, information that
Obviously
can't
haven't
be.
used them in
No,
several years.
Well, I would imagine there's probably some agency around here that could use them.
For church. or
Does it
whatever.
Yeah,
have to be
church or anybody.
government agency, or is he just
What
anybody?
about
that-
search and rescue?
Pretty much anybody, if the
no.
board deemed it could be anybody that had a need for them.
Yeah, I mean,
And we can research out or advertise them and,
the quicker we can get rid of them. the
Yeah.
better.
get them out of here.
I was gonna say, that's the way to do that is anybody that needs them,
Mm-hmm.
let's get rid of them.
Come and get them.
Yeah.
Take some, take all, whatever.
I'm quite sure that
Bring
if
your
some
own
people
trailer.
come and get them. There'll probably be some people that'll come and get them and put them in a garage sale and sell them. So,
There's
Well, we
always
can reach
that.
out
That's
to
why
the
I
local
say
Yeah,
I'm
fire
in
departments
24 years,
first.
we got our
oh, yeah.
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 life out of those chairs.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
No, we used them quite a bit prior to getting these chairs.
Yeah,
We-
before
Yeah,
these
we
roller
used them for the
chairs.
firefighters,
And
for,
Once these
dinners
came
and-
in, my understanding they have been out again. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, Joe, Jim, you guys remember them big old tables we had with the fold-in chairs and the metal square? I still use those at our church.
Yeah.
They're heavy as heck.
Well, maybe your church.
They may-
needs these
No,
chairs.
we don't need them.
You sure?
But I was
We
thinking
can-
about that the other, remember, we had just like this and we sold them. I paid $20 a piece for those things.
Right.
And they're,
Yeah.
you know, you could do it. You could put two of me on one of them things and do a dance and ain't gonna hurt them.
Right. They're heavy.
I was getting some tables down the other day for something we were doing and I thought, man, we've still got these. We're still using them and they're.
I'd make a motion, we
60 years
donate
old.
those chairs to any nonprofit or any organization that
Right.
needs them.
I second it.
First and second's been made. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, old business. Is there any, take action as necessary and appropriate? We have no old business.
Nope.
So how about, the chief's report?
All right. So the first part, responses occurred 12/1 to 12/31. Within the city, there were 40 calls, and within the district, there were 75 in December for a total of 115.
Wow.
The bigger thing
Wow, that's-
to report on is that for the year 2021, fire department responded to 1,616 calls for service, which is down from 2,057 calls the year before. And a big piece of that, I feel, is the work that we did with dispatch to be able to streamline the call volume so that we weren't going to every ankle pain and knee pain and call that we weren't needed on. And there's been a few times that we've had to re-educate them or call them and say, no, that doesn't fit our response criteria. Tell the ambulance they can request us if they need us.
Just in ours, you have 5,
Mhm.
no incidents. Dispatch,
Those are basically something like that. If we're dispatched and canceled en route, we don't end up with an incident, or no incident found on arrival. Somebody calls something in that sometimes we'll get a traffic collision, or somebody will call in a report of a fire. You get there and the smoke's gone.
you have, also you have in the city, you have dispatch and canceled 5, and in the county, you have dispatch, or the district.
Mhm.
Dispatch. Is that the same 5?
Nope,
No.
nope.
Really?
These are kept separately for reporting purposes as they go to the state and federal government.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well,
And then, so the report on the surplus vehicles, so far, the water tender and the 4-wheel drive Type 3 were sold through a deal to Cape Ferrello up in Oregon. Started out initially at 22,000, and we did it at 20. The water tender had some transmission work. And in fact, the transmission, some of the mounting screw bolts on it were rattling around loose. Said, okay, you know what? You got work ahead of you. You got leaking front end, which we knew there were some problems with that Type 3. Write the check for 20 and it's yours. And they drove them out of here. And then they've already requested, as soon as we get the 14 stripped, they want to have the first chance to look at it, because they may buy that one also.
Is this that little apartment just above Brookings?
Yeah. Joe said they're excited as can be with
Yeah.
we
those
might
rigs.
ask him if they need some chairs too.
On that, they'll take- Sure.
Load 14 up with the
Yep.
chairs and they can drive them right on.
They can-
What do we want to get for that truck?
What, looking on the major dealers for a truck in that vintage in 86, looking at that type of miles, typically you're seeing about $15,000 to $17,000 is what, like Brindley Mountain or those type of outfits are trying to sell an 86.
But they get
In
a
that
percentage
vintage.
out of it, so if we
They
get,
take it.
if we were to get 12, we'd be pretty fortunate.
That's kind of what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
And that would put us, that one's in a little better shape than the 2 we got rid of.
Yeah.
And that kind of put us in the ballpark. And then the fireboat, that discussion's still ongoing with the Park Service right now. So we'll see if they come through, great. If they don't, then that one will go as an auction type item. And if Cape Ferrello or advertising the local departments, if we don't have a taker on 14, then we'll put it on Gov Deals. And what we will do with that, we'll set a reserve price on it.
Yeah.
So that they've got to meet a certain minimum, so we don't sell it for,
Give it away.
$2,700 or $100 or something. And then the only other thing, and it's not on here, but just a report, it looks like tentatively the January 20th, there'll be a fire department 2x2 meeting that afternoon. And they're supposedly this evening at the 6 p.m. city council meeting, they're supposed to come up with their 2x2 members. And so that way we can get that going. Having met last week with Director Kelly and Director Gregorio, Vanessa and I, and with the attorney present, piped in on Zoom, came up with a list of some items to be able to start the discussion rather than walking into the room while I'm so-and-so and introductions, to actually be able to start hopefully a meaningful discussion. And at the request of the members, that's been transmitted over to the city manager. So hopefully he can get the team on the city up to speed and ready to go. So that there can be a discussion versus just a meet and greet.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, we don't have anything to vote on for that, that was just a response to how many calls we had, so we move on to item 7, board comments. Basically, I would just like to see us put something on the agenda regarding the harbors so we can find out where we stand with them.
Will do.
Will
I don't
do.
know if we need to, if we can submit them a letter, maybe?
I think it goes from our attorney to their attorney, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah. We'll convey to our
And
attorney.
We can tell them that we passed our,
Mhm.
thing for the $1,000 minimum, or maximum.
And they're welcome to apply for it.
And, they can apply for the difference if they paid.
Mhm.
And, I just like to find out where we are. Now, what about our
Agreed.
crazy, our gal who puts out,
We
So,
can,
go
we
ahead.
can put that on the agenda too, if you wanna
yeah,
discuss that at the next
Yeah.
meeting.
find out what's going on there.
The only other thing I got to bring up is we probably ought to get an estimate or a quote for the blacktop in the back to get it sealed. It's starting to crack pretty good, and if we don't get ahead of it. we're
Yeah,
gonna have
we'll
our
lose
hands
it.
full.
Yeah.
So, and
We'll start working on that.
I think if we get it resealed and get those holes filled, save us quite a bit of money
You bet.
ahead,
You bet. The other thing since jogged my mind with the blacktop quote is in here in the kitchen, the washer's gone kaput. Before we put a home model in, I've requested a couple of folks to come back with quotes on a commercial style because of the use that the building gets and that kind of thing. And just see where that stands. And then we're starting to have some trouble with the oven unit.
yeah. Right.
So we're looking at some quotes on that as well.
Do we have a date when they're gonna put that fence up and the gate across?
No, but they're getting ready to start the project. Frank that we were dealing with called, he's reached out to the company that's going to be putting the generator in with some information. And so they should be doing that and the fence work
Okay,
with all of that piece.
that'd be good to get
Yeah.
that closed in, so.
And
Yeah.
Is that here or what station?
That's right here.
Here?
Yeah, that's with the generator install. Yeah, it'd be timely because we did have somebody about 2 weeks ago lifting the screens off of the windows, trying to see if any windows would move.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did
there's-
we catch him on camera?
Nope, because the county didn't have the camera system fully done yet, which is
So-
now supposed to be done by the end of this month.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's all we need, somebody in here coming in either to vandalize it or torch it or steal.
Well, we got a lot of
Whatever.
stuff in here. and
There
everybody
is.
familiar with the computers and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, they would definitely, so.
Yep, and once you're in the building, you got free run of the entire
Yeah,
building,
so-
basically.
We definitely need to have our
Yeah.
camera system working and,
And the plus with, once they get it done, they've been going through and replacing all the old cameras, and this is at the county expense. So they've been doing the work. They're also gonna put a monitor. There's gonna be one in the communications room that you can view any camera live. DVR so that they can go back and see what was recorded. And then they're also gonna put, through their project, in both Vanessa's office and the fire chief's office, they're gonna have a monitor that's live, just running live off of the camera feed the whole time.
That'll be good.
So at least you can see if there's anybody around.
We could tie that, can't you actually tie it in right into your phone too, to where the chief or
You
could
could.
sit, or someone or several.
Yeah, to know when things are going on.
Officers can Find out.
Yep. And so we're supposed to have it finished this month.
To where you get a beep or a warning.
Somebody's out there sneaking around.
At 2 o'clock in the morning on your phone? I sure know the one on my phone. I got other things to do.
We could set it up to go to ya. Right?
Well, either that or have it tied into the sheriff's office. So we can-
Something.
Yeah, like they're gonna keep monitoring.
Yeah, 5 minutes, so. or 10 minutes, they'll be here. All
Yeah.
right, sounds good. Sounds like we're ready for adjournment, I guess.
I make a motion.
A motion's been made. We're adjourned.
Excellent.
I don't even need a second.
Yeah.
For adjournment in at least 2
Most of the
years.
time he says, we're adjourned.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully,
well, I was
I'm
trying to be
thinking
nice.
he's
this
getting
time.
professional now.
hopefully in the next couple of days,
Hank
we
must
should
have
have the
talked
rest
to
of
him
you
about
I'm
back.
getting a little mellow in
They,
my older age.
Going through, they got to the end of the week and something they'd run